Welcome, colleagues. Today we are moving beyond clinical intuition into the realm of algorithmic surveillance. As microbiologists and future infection control officers, your role is to decode the strong NHSN framework for ventilator-associated events, VAE. This isn't just about diagnosing pneumonia. It's about a data-driven blueprint that removes bedside bias through objective diagnostic tiers. H3. Strong, the paradigm shift in surveillance. H3. Why the shift? Traditional VAP surveillance was plagued by subjectivity. Ambiguous X-ray infiltrates and variable clinical signs led to high inter-observer variability. The NHSN VAE framework is the solution. It relies on strong, machine-generated ventilator settings, specifically daily minimum PEEP and FiO2 values. This makes the data 100% reproducible and allows us to capture a broader spectrum of complications, including ARDS and fluid overload, before narrowing down to infectious etiologies. H3. Strong, the nested architecture of VAE surveillance. H3. Think of VAE surveillance as a three-layered funnel. The strong outer shell is VAC, ventilator-associated condition, which captures any significant decline in respiratory status. The strong middle layer is IVAC, infection-related VAC, which applies a clinical filter of inflammatory signs and antimicrobial use. At the center is strong PVAP, possible VAP, defined by definitive microbiological evidence. The golden rule here is strict chronological sequence. Every PVAP must first be an IVAC, and every IVAC must first be a VAC. H3. The prerequisite, establishing baseline stability. You cannot identify a worsening without first defining stable. A patient is only eligible for VAE surveillance after strong $SARTA calendar days of mechanical ventilation. Stability is defined as $2 consecutive days of stable or decreasing daily minimum FiO2 or PEEP. For our calculations, the daily minimum is the lowest value maintained for at least 1 hour. Note the PEEP rule. Any value between 0 and 5 centimeters H2O is mathematically treated as 5 for surveillance purposes. Tier 1. Ventilator-associated condition, VAC, triggers. A VAC is triggered when oxygenation worsens for greater than or equal to 2 consecutive days after that period of stability. We look for 2 specific deltas, an FiO2 increase of greater than or equal to 0.20, 20 points, or a PEEP increase of greater than or equal to 3 centimeters H2O. These increases are always compared against the highest daily minimum from the preceding 2 baseline days. Visualizing the VAC oxygenation delta. Let's look at the math in motion. On this graph, we establish stability on days 1 and 2. On day 4, we see a greater than or equal to 3 centimeters H2O increase from the day 2-3 baseline. Because this is sustained through day 5, the VAC criteria are met. Note that while the condition is met on day 5, the date of event is actually day 4, the first day of worsening. Mapping the chronology, date of event, and the window period. Understanding the VAE window period is critical for your exams and audits. It is a strict 5-day time frame centered on the date of event, DOE. 2 days before, the day of, and 2 days after. All IVAC and PVAP criteria must occur within this window to be linked to the event. Remember, mechanical ventilation days 1 and 2 are strictly excluded from being a DOE to avoid capturing pre-existing admission conditions. Tier 2. Infection-related VAC, IVAC. To progress to IVAC, we need a clinical gate and a pharmacological trigger. The patient must show generalized signs, a strong temperature dial, 100.4 degrees Celsius, or DO 96.8 degrees Celsius, or a strong WBC count, Guerin 12,000 or less 4,000 cells millimeter 3. Crucially, they must also start a strong new antimicrobial agent that is continued for at least 4 qualifying antimicrobial days, QADs. The missing link for IVAC, qualifying antimicrobial days, QADs. QADs serve as an objective surrogate for a physician's suspicion of infection. The agent must be new, meaning it wasn't given in the 2 days preceding the start date, and it must be started within the VAE window period. We only count systemic therapy. Topical or irrigation routes are excluded. Decoding QADs, the continuity matrix. The 4-day rule for QADs has some nuances. You can switch between different antimicrobials and still meet the criteria. Scenario B. A strong 1-day gap is even permitted if you return to the same or a different drug. Scenario C. However, a gap of 2 or more days breaks the chain, and IVAC cannot be reported. Scenario D. Tier 3. Possible ventilator-associated pneumonia, HEVAP. Now we enter the microbiology lab's domain. If IVAC is met, we look for strong, definitive laboratory confirmation within the window. This includes quantitative culture data, visual purulence on gram stain, or positive histopathology. Key exclusion. As microbiologists, remember that Candida species, normal respiratory flora, and coagulase-negative Staphylococcus are excluded from PVAP pathogen lists. PVAP laboratory logic gate. There are 3 branches to confirm PVAP. Branch 1 requires strict quantitative thresholds, such as greater than or equal to 10 to the 5th CFU per milliliter for an ET aspirate. Branch 2 allows for a qualitative culture if it's accompanied by purulent secretions, defined as greater than or equal to 25 PMNs and less than or equal to 10 squamous cells per LPF. Branch 3 covers alternative diagnostics like viral PCR, pleural fluid cultures, or lung histopathology. The complete NHSN VAE surveillance blueprint. Let's synthesize the workflow. 1. Confirm 2 or more days of ventilation. 2. Establish baseline stability. 3. Identify the VAC, the oxygenation delta. 4. Apply the IVAC filter, which includes temperature, WBC, plus 4 QADs. 5. Confirm PVAP with lab data. This systematic approach ensures that every reported event is backed by objective physiological and microbiological evidence. Measuring impact. VAE rate calculations. For benchmarking, we use the VAE rate formula. The numerator is the count of distinct events, but remember, you only report the highest order of event per episode. If a patient meets PVAP, you don't count them as a VAC and an IVAC, just as a PVAP. The denominator is the aggregate sum of mechanical ventilation days for all eligible patients in that unit. Contextualizing PED-VAE, adapting the blueprint. Finally, a brief word on our pediatric colleagues. In 2019, NHSN established PED-VAE. Unlike the 3-tier adult system, PED-VAE is a single-step process that stops after oxygenation worsening is identified. It uses mean airway pressure, MAP, instead of PEEP, and has slightly higher delta thresholds. FiO2 equals 0.25 and MAP equals 4 centimeters H2O. This transition to objective surveillance ensures that our infection control efforts are driven by data equity and actionable analytics.